After fully completing Super Mario Odyssey and experiencing everything this amazing game has to offer, I couldn't help but making a video reflecting on some of the best Mario moments to date. The introduction of moons adds a different element to the game, increasing the amount of secrets to a point that has never been seen before. These moons range from frustratingly hard to incredibly easy, but in the end they are all super fun. My name is Copycat, and in today's video, I'm going to tell you all about the top 10 moons in Super Mario Odyssey. Number 10 on this list feels like it should belong in a Mario Party game and not a main series Mario game like this one. Located in the Cloud and Mushroom Kingdom, these moons require you to replicate an image as closely as possible using capturable objects that can be moved and rotated. The picture found in the Mushroom Kingdom is considerably harder, as it adds the difficulty of removing all features, outlines, and colors from the image. On top of this, to get the second moon, you need to get a score of 80, which is extremely difficult as even slight mistakes can make a huge difference. This one in particular gave me a lot of problems, and I even included it on my list of the top 10 hardest moons. To get these two Sand Kingdom moons, you need to use the Rocket Flower and traverse across a very sketchy platforming section. The Rocket Flower makes Mario move very fast, and it's extremely fun once you learn how to control it. One of the moons is located right at the end, and the other is located in the form of a secret key, which is on a very specific section of the run. To make things even harder, the Colossal Ruins sink when you're on it, so you have to be quick and nimble. One of the most interesting new characters in Super Mario Odyssey has to be the Jaxi, which allows you to travel across the poison lakes in the Sand Kingdom. In the middle of one of these lakes is the Jaxi Ruins, which consists of a winding maze of poison with two moons located throughout it. Learning to control the Jaxi is where the fun is to be had, as it goes so fast and it's hard to handle. And when you finally complete these two moons, it's extremely satisfying. What seems to be a scene ripped directly from a Jurassic Park movie, the motor scooter escape in the Metro Kingdom is by far one of the most memorable moons in the entire game. There are two moons to collect while the giant T-Rex chases you down. One is a secret located on top of a few wooden boxes, which can be easily missed on the first run, and the other can be found at the end of the level. It's definitely small moments like this one that bring so much character and joy to this amazing game. Probably the most surprising and out-of-place moment in Super Mario Odyssey has to be the dragon boss battle in the Rune Kingdom. This completely steps away from the very cartoony Mario world and feels as if this battle should belong in a more traditional JRPG. The battle itself isn't insanely hard, you just have to dodge the dragon's lightning and make your way to its head where you can remove its energy source and ground pound on its weak spots. Once you do this a few times, you'll defeat this incredibly gigantic foe and collect a multi-moon. Even though at first the Snow Kingdom looks bare and devoid of any excitement, it's actually home to one of the best moons in Super Mario Odyssey. The Iceburn Circuit Class S moon involves you capturing a Shavarian and using it in a race and obtaining a multi-moon for your win. The interesting thing about the Shavarians is that they bound, or bounce, to move, so you'll need perfect timing and understanding of when to use this move on each part of the course. However, don't be fooled, this race is extremely difficult and took me many times to finally complete it. This is by far my favorite race in the entire game and definitely deserves a spot on this list. If you enter a building located in the northwest portion of the Metro Kingdom, then you'll find an awesome surprise. On the big theater screen, the original Super Mario Bros. Is playing, and entering the pipe will make you the star. This is an amazing callback to the original game, and a perfect homage to how 2D and 3D aspects are combined beautifully in Super Mario Odyssey. In this awesome level, there are two moons to be had, one down the secret warp pipe, and one once you collect all the moon pieces at the very end. One of the hardest but most fun levels in the entire game has to be the secret 2D treasure found down the giant well in the Mushroom Kingdom. When I originally found this level, it reminded me of some of the impossible levels in Super Mario Maker, equipped with loads of things that want to kill you, and some of the tightest 2D Mario platforming I've ever seen. On top of all this, the background behind you moves, which will launch you back into the 3D world if you leave it. However, by far the hardest part of this level has to be at the very end, where the game loses all gravity and you have to jump from planet to planet just like you're playing a 2D Super Mario Galaxy. This part is extremely difficult as it's very hard to control Mario when he's upside down and having to dodge the fuzzies at the same time. This is by far the hardest 2D section in this game, and maybe one of the hardest 2D Mario levels ever made. The final and hardest moon in Super Mario Odyssey comes in at number 2 on my list and requires you to complete an extremely long level without dying to obtain the multi-moon at its end. This level is absolutely packed full of things that want to kill you. Starting with a lava platforming section complete with sketchy poles, moving waves, and a capturable lava bubble part where you have to make some perfectly timed jumps. Once you pass this section, you need to capture an uproot and make your way up the side of the mountain, dodging fuzzies along the way, and surviving a swimming section in the cave, which can be difficult to complete on the first go. From here, you'll find Yoshi, where you have to travel up an elevator, pass an extremely long gap, and survive a moving platforming puzzle, which can be very unforgiving and will take you a few tries to master. The glide on is more or less the halfway point of the level, and you'll have to use them to glide all the way to the other side of the canyon, using the tornadoes to send you higher up in the air. Once you take the warp pipe on the other side, you'll be transported to an ice area where you have to survive an invasion of fuzzies, a very difficult Pokio section, then a very creative 2D Donkey Kong boss battle. Now in the final section of the level through the Bowser painting, you actually become him and have to claw your way to the end, where you can take the spark pylons and collect your multi-moon on top of the skyscraper. Completing this level is extremely satisfying and is the main reason why it comes in at number 2 on this list. The number 1 best moon on this list is also the most memorable moment in Super Mario Odyssey. This festival can be activated by powering up the power plant and defeating the 2 big poison piranha plants. From here, the festival begins, and is a fascinating homage to Mario's platforming roots in the original Donkey Kong games, and the level is accompanied by Mayor Pauline singing, "Jump Up Superstar." When you finally complete the 2D platforming section, she will give you a multi-moon, and you'll have experienced not only the best moment in Super Mario Odyssey, but also one of the best Mario moments of all time. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a like, comment below, and of course subscribe to my channel. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye!